We've all been on a first date, right? They can be awkward, hilarious, cute, a complete disaster. Well, imagine your first date, but with cameras filming every embarrassing moment. That is first dates.
Yes.
It's a British reality dating show where strangers are coupled up for a meal in a central London restaurant. Now, here are 3 reasons why I think it's a great TV show to learn English. Because it's a reality show, it's unscripted, so we're going to get natural, everyday English. The people on it are using idioms, phrasal verbs, slang phrases, really natural English vocabulary. And there's a wide variety of British English accents. So it's going to give you really natural English that you're not going to find in most course books. Okay, so with that said, let's jump into it.
You are pretty smoking.
Buzzing.
Well, this is a dating show, right? So we're gonna get some great vocabulary to give compliments and to say that people are attractive. And here's a great one to start off with. Smoking. Smoking is an adjective. It's short for smoking hot, which of course means very, very attractive. So he says to her, you are smoking. You're really, really attractive.
You are pretty smoking.
Now don't get this confused with the verb, all right? This is what the verb looks like.
Yes, I am smoking.
Okay, so let's stick with the adjective smoking or smoking hot. And you can use that with any gender you want. And she replies with buzzing. Now this is an informal British adjective that just means excited. So she wants to express her joy that he's called her smoking hot. So she's like, oh, buzzing, like, oh wow, like how exciting is that? It's used a lot informally, so you might say, oh, I'm buzzing to go out tonight. Like I'm really excited to go out tonight. So 2 fantastic informal adjectives there.
You are pretty smoking.
Buzzing.
I'm honestly quite shocked. You absolutely nailed it. Knocked it out of the ballpark. I wasn't expecting it. She ticked every box.
3 great phrases here. Okay, let's start with the first one. So he's talking to the people who produced the show and he's saying to them, you matched me with someone perfect. You nailed it. And that means you did your job perfectly. So if you nail something, you do something perfectly. Absolutely flawless.
You absolutely nailed it.
And let's put that into a different context. Perhaps your boss has asked you to make a presentation. You give that presentation and afterwards they say, oh, you nailed it. Like you did it perfectly. This is informal English, but it's perfect in this situation. Then he says, you knocked it out of the ballpark. You knocked it out of the ballpark. That's an American idiom, obviously relating to baseball. And when you hit a home run, you hit the ball and it goes out of the park, out of the stadium. So that again means to do something perfectly. So they're synonyms, really. To nail it and to hit out the ballpark, very similar in meaning. So he's saying to the producers, you matched me with someone perfect. You did your job perfectly.
Knocked it out of the ballpark. I wasn't expecting it.
Then he says she ticked every box, and that means she met every requirement. So maybe he wanted someone beautiful, someone funny, someone intelligent, and she was all those things. So she ticked every box. Really nice phrase as well.
I'm honestly quite shocked. You absolutely nailed it. Knocked it out of the ballpark. I wasn't expecting it. She ticked every box.
I just want to take a quick minute, guys, to tell you some very exciting news. My new book, A Really British Guide to English, is almost here. This is the front cover. I love it. And in this book, I tell you guys about some of the best British TV shows to learn English. That's right, we're talking First Dates, Love Island, The Great British Bake Off, so many things. Also in this book, we go through an A to Z of British English vocabulary. Slang, modern London slang, Cockney rhyming slang. I also teach you guys about British English accents. There's so much in this book, I can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be ready in a couple of weeks, all right? So there's gonna be a link in the description below this video, and when the book is ready, the link will go live, okay? So keep your eyes open.
Do you know your real parents?
No, I don't. I don't know anything about them. It was difficult for me to kind of come to terms with who I was.
Here's a really nice phrase, to come to terms with something. Now, this means to start to understand or accept a difficult situation. In this example, the young lady here is talking about finding out that she was adopted. She found out when she was 16, and so she started to accept and understand that situation. Now, to come to terms with something often comes with, difficult or tragic situations. So it might be the death of a loved one. You come to terms with the death of a loved one, or maybe you've lost your job and so you come to terms with losing your job, or a divorce, could be a divorce. You're just coming to terms with being single after 20 years of marriage. So there are lots of difficult situations that this phrase can be used with. So I guess it's a sort of a process, really, to come to terms with something. It doesn't just happen once, that actually it's a process of understanding.
Do you know your real parents?
No, I don't. I don't know anything about them.
It was difficult for me to kind of come to terms with who I was.
So you're into like settling down, having a family?
I love children.
Yes!
Like absolutely, they're adorable. Yeah, obviously I want kids, like 100%.
Okay, first of all, I love the excitement in her voice. She has such an expressive way of speaking. Now, what I'm interested in here is the change of stress pattern. So she says, absolutely adorable.
Absolutely, they're adorable.
Absolutely adorable. Now, when we learn the word absolutely, we're told that the stress is on the third syllable. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? So there are 4 syllables. The third one is stressed. Every dictionary will tell you that. But let's listen again to how she says it.
Absolutely, they're adorable.
The stress is on the first syllable. Absolutely. Absolutely adorable. Well, hold on a second. I thought dictionaries told us that the stress was on the third syllable. Is she saying it wrong? Well, no, she's not saying it wrong. She's saying it in spontaneous speech. And this is why I love learning English from TV shows like First Dates. Is because this shows you the reality of how we speak in everyday English. So why has she shifted the stress from the third syllable to the first syllable? It's because absolutely has 2 stresses, really. It has a primary stress, which is on the third syllable, and a secondary stress, which is on the first syllable. And because absolutely is followed by an adjective, she's shifted the primary stress to the first syllable. So it's now absolutely adorable. Because if we had the primary stress in the third syllable, those main stresses would be too close to each other. Absolutely adorable, absolutely adorable. It's almost too close, right? So she shifted it to the first syllable, absolutely adorable. And so the main stresses there are, they're far enough apart so that it sounds clear. And most importantly, it's emphasized, right? She's using it for emphasis. Oh, it was absolutely adorable, or they're absolutely adorable. So you see there how, for emphasis, she's using that stress pattern. And this is the kind of thing that they don't tell you in course books, guys. And this is the kind of thing that, you know, you're gonna hear if you watch TV shows like First Dates. You're gonna absorb this kind of language.
Absolutely, they're adorable. Yeah, obviously I want kids, like 100%.
They also have this interaction.
So you're into like settling down, having a family?
I love children.
Yes!
How cute is that reaction? I like this guy, he seems nice.
So you're into like settling down, having a family?
He uses the phrase to settle down. This is a phrasal verb, and it means to decide to live in the same place for a long time, maybe start a family. You don't sort of move from place to place, you are in one place. You kind of put roots down, so you settle down. So he asks her, are you into settling down? Is that something you're interested in? So do you want to stay in one place, start making a life for yourself in one place?
So you're into like settling down, having a family?
I love children.
Yes!
Like absolutely, they're adorable. Yeah, obviously I want kids, like 100%.
Oh God, what would you think about me?
I think she'd get on with it.
Do you think?
She likes anyone that's nice and bubbly.
Yeah. We'll talk to her.
Yeah. So I reckon she'd love you to bits.
Great little adjective here, bubbly. Bubbly. This means that someone is cheerful, they're enthusiastic, They're very bright. They've got a sort of sunny personality. It's mainly used with females. That's how I've heard it mostly.
Likes anyone that's nice and bubbly.
Yeah. We'll talk to her.
Yeah. So I reckon she'd love you to bits.
He also says, my mum would love you to bits. That means that she would love you very much. That to bits part just sort of adds a bit of emphasis. It means like she would really love you. So my mum would love you to bits. Like she would really love you. And we use it to talk about family, friends, things like that. So for example, I love my grandma to bits. Like I love her so much. Yeah, so it's a really nice informal British English phrase.
Likes anyone that's nice and bubbly.
Yeah. We'll talk to her.
Yeah. So I reckon she'd love you to bits.
Is a chicken classed as a bird?
It's got wings.
No, but would you class it as a bird?
Yeah. Like a duck, innit?
What yourself, mate?
Pie?
Get yourself a pie.
Pie.
Pie. Proper northern lad, aren't you? Cheers, guys.
Thanks.
The waiter says, oh, you're a proper northern lad. You're a proper northern lad. So a northern lad, well, northern, someone from the north of England. A lad, just like a man, a kind of informal word for just a guy or a man. So you're a proper northern lad, like you're a real northern guy. So lad is a very common British English phrase. If you're called a lad, it's just that you're a boy, right? You're a man, you're a guy. So you might describe a friend as being a good lad. Like, oh yeah, he's a good lad. Like he's a nice guy.
Proper northern lad, aren't you?
Hello. Do you want some drinks? Do you want to go white, red or rosé?
So we've got a couple of nice phrases here to order in a restaurant. She starts off by saying, do you want to go white, red or rosé? Do you want to go white, red or rosé? So she's giving options of wine. So she says there, do you want to go blah, blah, or blah. So that's a nice informal way to say it. Do you want to go white or red? So she's giving him two options, right? Do you want to go chicken or fish? That kind of thing.
Do you want to go white, red or rosé? Can we have the Pinot Grigio, please?
We'd go for the Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Good choice.
Then she orders and she says, can we have a Pinot Grigio, please? All right, nice standard way, yeah? Can we have a blah, 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 please? And then he says, we'll go for the Pinot Grigio, please. We'll go for the Pinot Grigio, please. So he uses a very informal phrase there, we'll go for, and then the thing, please. So that's a nice little phrase you can use when ordering in a restaurant. We'll go for the oysters, please. Or I'll go for the salmon, please. So instead of saying, can I have? This is an alternative. I'll go for, we'll go for, he'll go for, she'll go for, and then the thing that you want, and please at the end, of course. Nice.
Can we have the Pinot Grigio, please?
We'd go for the Pinot Grigio.
Okay.
Good choice.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you would like me to do a different British TV show, please leave it in the comments below and I will make a video about that TV show for you. Until next time, this is Tom, the Chief Dreamer, saying goodbye.